When look What is up on my forehead? When looking out at the night sky, it seems to be like very instinctive for us to conclude that each star that we see in the night sky is a single star, likely with its own solar system, maybe with planets. But this is not usually the case. Now you might have heard that and said, well, obviously there are stars we can't see. I mean, some stars are too far away for us to get a real glimpse at. But this is not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to are stars that are close enough and bright enough to be visible, but for one reason or another, you aren't able to see them. These are the hidden stars of the Milky Way galaxy. There are quite a few situations in which we'll see a star in the sky and not realize that we're actually looking at more than one star. This can occur when one star is, say, closer than the other, so it outshines the further away star. It can also be caused when stars are relatively close together but not in the same system, in which they can appear to be a single star. The most interesting way this can occur, though, is when stars are in the same system together. Because what can happen is, depending on the positions of the stars in these systems, you may be looking directly at 2, maybe 3 or even 4 stars while only seeing what looks like a single star. The hidden stars of our galaxy become even more prevalent when we take into account the fact that over half the star systems in our galaxy are multi-star systems, so systems that include more than one star. In fact, the closest star system to us, Alpha Centauri, contains 3 stars: Alpha Centauri A, Alpha Centauri B, and Proxima Centauri. Take a look at these photos that I took of the night sky. This first photo is an image of the Orion Nebula zoomed out. Now, if we were to zoom into this image ourselves, we could see that there are these 4 stars above and below the nebula. Or I should say there's 2 stars above, 2 stars below the nebula. Pay attention to these stars. Now you might be wondering, what's so special about 4 random stars around this nebula? The twist here is that you're not actually looking at 4 stars. You're looking at 7 stars. Here is another photo I captured of the Orion Nebula and the stars around it, only this time you can see the stars a lot clearer. What we see here is that there's actually a 3rd star between these 2 stars above the nebula, and down below it we have 4 stars. Now I have no idea which of these stars are actually multi-star systems and which aren't. Maybe they all are, maybe they all aren't, maybe some of them are, maybe some of them aren't. I have no idea. There could be stars that are somewhat close together but aren't actually part of the same system. It's just that they are in front of each other, sort of thing. That could totally be the case as well. The main takeaway here is that there were additional stars that you couldn't see in the previous image because they were being outshined by these other stars. Or the light of the 2 stars was sort of shining together in a way to where it looked like one star. As stated before, there can be 2, 3, or even 4 stars in a single star system, but it goes even higher than that. Scientists have so far discovered that there exists 7 star systems. In other words, 7 stars in one single system orbiting each other. So you might see a star in the sky, and there is a non-zero chance that you're actually looking at 7 different stars that look like one single star. So the lesson of this video is that when you look up at the night sky at all the stars, realize that there's probably a good amount of stars that are visible that you don't even know you're looking at.